Oh, yeah. Red team go, baby. You know it's coming. We know, we have to do this thing live, guys. We got to today. Let me know, hold on, guys. Got to make sure you guys can hear me and you guys are good to go. Oh, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it live. Live. Yes. We guys got. We got here? Let's go. Didn't even get notification. SOS TDM. Man, you didn't get notified. They never notify. The Amplified man is the, they can't stand me on this platform. Vicky, about time. I know, man. We got to do this live. I was running kind of late. Had fun last time. Let's rock it again. Lamar, Demonte, Tariq, Jared, what's up, man? Everybody, where is 2.0? Hey, ask YouTube. YouTube doesn't like it. They don't like 2.0, man. Can you guys hear me good? War Dog, Red Team, go! Can you guys hear me all right, man? We got some background noise today we're going to have to deal with. Mr. Michael Lawman, super. Let's get Amplified live. Red Team, go. Hold on, get back there. Got to give my love right there. Mr. Michael Lawman, I saw that. Thank you for the $5. Thank you for the coffee, man. I appreciate that. I got a little super chat Hall of Fame going here, guys, for everybody that supers. You think I'm joking, man. I'm going to fill this notebook one day. 25 names last time. Thank you all, seriously. I got to try to, I'm still navigating shit. I got pages of notes from last night's Raw, man. There was an awesome start to Raw, a pretty damn badass awesome end to Raw, and then there was everything in the middle, right? Everything else kind of just fucking, oh, that was not good. Oh, shit. Okay, you guys can hear me. Cool, man. Wow, lots of comments, man. James Bolton, love the channel. Thank you, James. Means a lot, man. ABC, Aaron, what's up? Oh yeah, I caught the live review. Work can wait. Fidel, hell yeah. Don't get fired, though. But if you do, fuck it. Christina. Brian, I can hear you loud and clear. Awesome. My God, BC, I love you. Love right back to you, Christina. Thank you. Jared, explain why you are extremely articulate. Who the fuck knows, man? My parents were fucked up and so am I, right? That's all I could say. All right, hold on, guys. I got to try to get this thing up. I got to try to, hold on. You might be hearing this for a second. I'm horrible with this shit. You guys know that. Watch you every day, BC. Thank you, Tariq. I appreciate it, man. I try to upload as much as I possibly can. I don't know why I can't, hold on, guys. We're still working out kinks over here, obviously. Let me, all right, I got the bigger screen up. I like to read the comments on the bigger screen, guys. So if you see me looking up here, trust me, I'm looking at all you guys, I promise. Erica Herman, hey, what's up? Kobe Talks Wrestling, Coffee, and B saying best way to start the day. Fuck yeah, brother. What a way to start the morning. Jeremiah, BC, do you need some coffee? SoundCloud, what's up, man? No, I got my coffee, guy. You guys know I don't start anything without a coffee, no matter what I'm doing in life, man. And trust me, I had 2 pre-workouts, so fucking the Ant-Man, rocking. Yow, look at the, look at them up. Look at them up. Yow! I had 2 before. I probably shouldn't have 2 before. Let me just say that, but... so we're a little amped up. I know the mic is going to cut out. I'm going to blow this mic out a little bit, guys, but is it even... hopefully you guys can hear me. Who knows? No. I want the live chat right now, man. Oh, wait. There's no... Oh, another super chat. Hold on. Mr. Michael Law, thank you for the coffee, as I said, man. Red Team, go. And Santevia Major... Another cup of coffee. Thank you. What a welcome surprise. Let's do this. Santevia Major, thank you for the cup of coffee. You, Mr. Michael Law and Santevia Major, you just made the Super Chat Hall of Fame. All of your names will be listed after this video, I promise you. I'm going to fill that notebook. Guys, like I said, awesome start to Monday Night Raw, I felt, with Dominik. I don't know where the hell that came from. You guys know I've been super critical on Dominik, right? Doesn't look like a pro wrestler, doesn't sound like a pro wrestler, but what he did last night, Rollins gave him initiation on screen and off the screen, right? This is the initiation. We wanted to see if this kid's got it, right? Is he tough enough? Or is he just Rey Mysterio's kid? Brah, I think it's safe to say Dominik is legit. This kid proved something to me, man. This kid's got it, brah. He's tough as nails. If he does hit the gym and if he continues to work on those promos and get that vindication in his voice, right? Get that conviction going, get that realism. Oh, brah. Dominik might have a future, man. This is a different tune than I've been singing the last couple of weeks. So, badass. I like what I saw, man, and he just got whooped and whooped and whooped with that kendo stick. At one point, by both ends, man. Murphy was on the outside clocking him. Rollins is on the inside clocking him. And this dude's getting welts and marks. And I'm thinking, fuck are we watching? This is clearly an initiation of some sort. Not just on screen, but this is Vince McMahon backstage. Showcasing to the world if Dominik has it or not. That was the moment for Dominik to show the world, because he bypassed NXT, guys. He bypassed NXT for this because he's Mysterio's son. The same way The Rock's daughter is probably going to bypass NXT when she's done with initial training. She's probably going to be at the main roster at 19, 20 years old. And that's okay if you truly have it. We have to see a lot with Dominik, man, but I love that, brah. That start in the end of the program, with Ric Flair getting turned on by Randy Orton. Et tu, Brute? Et tu, Brute? You too, Brutus? You guys remember Julius Caesar and Brutus, man, when Brutus turned his back on his best friend, Julius Caesar, and he looked at him before that knife was stabbed in his back, or maybe it was right after. I think it was after. But he looked at his former best friend, and he just said, Et tu, Brute? And Ric Flair turned his back, and Randy Orton gave him that low blow. And then he set up for that punt kick. And the whole time you're thinking, where is anybody? But that's the perfect thing. That's the perfect thing. You see, when you don't have somebody making the save, you get to actually build a story. We're too used today to somebody making the save all the time, right? Who's coming out? Somebody's got to make a save. Nobody cares about this guy. But if you let the story breathe, it's going to be much more emotional, and you're going to be emotionally invested. And that's what we were. Ric Flair, you're thinking McIntyre, somebody's going to come out and help Flair, but no, he got his dome piece knocked off. Of course, the lights went out and all that. Whether you like that or not, that's in the eye of the beholder. But the bottom line is the illusion is that Ric Flair got his dome piece knocked off. And then McIntyre came out, and I'm like, dude, and it brought me back to when I was younger, when Hulk Hogan would be down and out getting clobbered, and the Warrior or somebody would come out way after he was beaten. And you're like, Warrior, where were you? I'd rather you not come out. I'd rather you were in the back taking a shit or fucking somewhere. I'd rather you just have an excuse of why you didn't come out, but you came out after the fact? That's what I didn't like. Or loved back in the day. I didn't like at the time because I wanted Hogan to be saved, but afterwards, I thought about the emotion, man. I was pissed. I was pissed at the people that did that to Hogan. I was pissed at the people that did it to, or pissed at Warrior for not getting there soon enough. Last night, you were kind of pissed off. McIntyre, where were you, man? Flair was getting his dome piece kicked in. Where? Where was McIntyre? Brah. Orton did the deed. They let it breathe. I love that they didn't have McIntyre stop the punt kick. Wait. Because it got me pissed off at McIntyre, and that's what I mean. It doesn't matter if you're 15 years old or 65 years old. A good story will captivate you the same. A good story will get you emotionally invested whether you're 15 or 65. That's why a 15-year-old and a 65-year-old can watch Breaking Bad or The Sopranos and get the same type of emotion because the story is being told epically. And that's why you had people last night, when this thing went off the air, everybody was talking about how Flair, that whole situation, brought tears to their eyes. They were emotionally invested. They were captivated for the first time in a long time. That's because a story was told beautifully. We'll get to the top and the bottom of the program, guys, with Dominik and Rollins at the top and Flair, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre. We'll get to all that in the actual review, but that's my cold open. I wanted to talk about the top and the bottom of the show because it was fucking awesome. Now, the middle of Monday Night Raw, like, oh, I don't know, the other 2.5 hours? That's something a little different that we will get to. Hold on, I want to talk to you guys, man. See how you guys are doing in here. Orton gets better with age, James Bolton. I truly believe. I mean, this is the best Orton I think I've seen ever since maybe past Evolution days. And I like the first run with the Legend Killer, that whole run. I like that as well. But this Orton is fucking insane, man. Orton is on another level. He is one of the most captivating things in WWE by far. His best work, yes, JR9 Gaming. I truly agree, man. This is the best Orton we've seen. Who else? Sontevia Major, smash the like button, Amp. I appreciate it. I don't even watch SmackDown or NXT. Yeah, I don't. They don't give you enough reason to. But hold on, let me just make sure, guys. Let me just make sure that my supers are taken care of. JP5150, I've been a fan of yours since 2.0. Got hooked on your facts, bro. Have a coffee on me. $5 super. Thank you so much, man. Let me get you back. JP5150. Trust me, when this vid is done, you are making the Super Chat Hall of Fame, man. Thank you for the cup of coffee. That means a lot. Hold on, there was another one. Venus Soldier 92, a cup of coffee, 5 spot. Thank you. I'm a big Sasha and Naomi stan. Thanks for fighting for my favorite girls of WWE all the time, man. Sasha and Naomi are my faves, man. Easily because of the work they put in. Not anything else. Not anything was given to them. Not because of a hashtag. Sasha Banks and Naomi continue to dominate nonstop. Of course, I'm going to advocate for people that are dominating, that are the best at what they do. And they're not being shoved down our fucking throats, which is always a good thing, right? Deji789, man, you're already on the Super Chat Hall of Fame, man. You're gonna be a 2-time Hall of Famer. Favorite storyline in WWE history, BC. I loved, if done correctly, it would have been the WCW angle. Unfortunately, it wasn't done correctly, but that obviously, I mean, that's something that we were all waiting for. We never thought possible. I have to say the WCW story angle. But Nexus as well could have been done epically. It wasn't, but still one of the most captivating things that I've seen. Other than that, it's the obvious. Vince McMahon and Stone Cold Steve Austin, because the story was so fucking epic, man. Vicky Hess, 5 spot. Thank you so much, man. I'm glad you're having a ball. Thank you for the cup of coffee. Vicky Hess, you make the Super Chat Hall of Fame. I got to get into the review, guys. Hour number 1. I know it's early. I know California, it's probably, what is it, guys? 7-something a.m.? I don't know. I know a lot of parts in the world, it's so early, a lot of people aren't able to tune in right now. I apologize, but this is the only time I can do these things. That's why I always say stay subbed and notified, because you never know when the Ant-Man is going to dish out a live vid, because I am putting them into my arsenal now, all right? So I understand a lot of people can't make it. I do these kind of earlier than what you're supposed to do, but I've never done what I'm supposed to do. I always beat to my own fucking drum. Darush, darush. All right, hold on. Let me get a sip of coffee. We'll start hour number 1, guys. And the show starts with Samoa Joe moderating a contract signing between Seth Rollins and Dominik Mysterio. Mysterio says, "My dream was to become a WWE superstar. Now my dream is to kick your ass at SummerSlam." I love that line, man. A little bit more conviction, and Dominik is there, but he needs that believability. But I love that line, man. Now my dream is to kick your ass at SummerSlam. Rollins then makes this match essentially a no DQ match, because he told Dominik, bring your little kendo sticks, bring the whole toolbox. I don't care. So I'm assuming that means the same thing for Rollins. I don't know. I got to look back, but it's essentially a no DQ match. And this leads us into the first match of the night, which was Rollins versus Humberto. Quick 4-minute match, Rollins with an easy W. Post-match, Dominik and Murphy get involved, and Dominik is beaten with a kendo stick, and I mean beaten. Rollins was yelling, "Kid's gotta pay his dues," repeatedly, and the kid was paying his dues. Boy, did he. I'm surprised Samoa Joe didn't make a save. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I know he could have probably been fired from his commentary job because he's not supposed to get involved, but he's kind of been involved the last couple of weeks. He was involved, the moderator in the contract signing. Unlike Ric Flair and Orton, where I say it's good not to have a save, right? Let the story develop. With this, it was a little awkward because Joe was right at the commentary table. He was literally 5 feet away. So you're thinking Joe's going to make a save, or he's just going to fucking watch this shit. But if you go back and watch, Joe wouldn't even look up. He was just like head down, like almost like he's staring into a phone. So you could see like Joe was trying to make it like he wasn't watching, but he was 5 feet away. I don't know if you guys, I drink it up, BC. I know, man. I'm talking about Samoa Joe here. Joe couldn't do anything because he was restricted, says Nicholas. I know, but that's my point, you know? Joe's one of those dudes that you would think would say, fuck it, I have to save this dude. I don't care about a job or anything. This dude's getting beat right in front of me with a dude that I no longer respect in Rollins. So even though he was restricted, Nicholas, my thing is, Joe being right there just was weird to me. I don't know. He didn't even look up. Maybe he couldn't. Maybe that's the story, right? He was so conflicted. So I guess it works, man. Nicholas, they told him he might lose. I know, Nicholas. That's what I'm saying, dude. I thought there should have been more confliction. Like maybe Joe is up at the, what the fuck you call, man? What am I trying to say? He's on the ropes, right? And he wants to get in there, but he knows he's going to be fired. You know, a little bit more out of Joe, I would have thought. That's what I'm saying, man. He's Samoa Joe. Exactly, Tevin. He's Samoa Joe, man. Hey, JV Woo 31, the super chat isn't available in my area yet. So annoying. Don't worry, man. You don't got a super chat, man, at all. I can buy my own coffees. That's just how you can contribute and say thank you to the Ant-Man in the channel, man. So that sucks. I do try to check the regular chat, guys, so you don't have to super chat. That's just if you definitely want me to take notice of your comment and add a contribution. I appreciate the fact that you want to, JV Woo 31, but just comment normally, man, and hopefully I can catch it. I know there's so many of them, but I appreciate it. So that was the, hold on, I gotta take a sip, guys. Third one of the day, man. All right, now let's rock. So anyway, this kendo whooping, I'm talking Murphy was behind him, Rollins was in front of him. Guys, this is one of the most vicious kendo beatings. Do you guys remember, I think it was Extreme Rules a couple years ago, Alexa Bliss versus Bayley. And they were like tapping each other on the shoulder, tapping each other on the fucking ass. And I'm like, that's a kendo stick match? No, what Dominik did last night, I don't remember a kendo stick beating that severe. Do you guys? I'm gonna give you guys 30 seconds here. If anybody recalls a kendo stick shot that bad. Oh, see, BC, I believe Samoa Joe will make his return at Summerslam. Yeah, maybe. I'm hoping, man. He looks primed and ready. Tommy Dreamer, the unknown 3-2, true. Unknown 326, Tommy Dreamer. I remember his kendo. Yeah, man. So that's true. I'd have to go back ECW type days. I can't, that was just a bit, did you guys see the welts on this kid afterwards? He posted some photos, man. It was just a badass way to start Raw. You don't see that often in pro wrestling anymore, a beating like that. And if that's how you're going to promote Mysterio versus Rollins, I'm all in. You know what I mean? I wish the rest of the show could have went that way. I'd have to wait until the very end to get something really good again. But this is a full review, so we have to go over all the bullshit, guys. Next up was Zelina Vega, standing by her story that she had nothing to do with poisoning Montez. Dawkins then goes one-on-one with Andrade. Another 5-minute-ish match with Dawkins defeating Andrade. This is more 50-50 booking for Andrade. Didn't Andrade just beat Dawkins last week? I could have sworn. And now he's losing to the same guy he beat last week. And this is Andrade's career so far in the main roster. 50-50 booking. Nobody can be built with 50-50 booking. That's the problem. So you're always going to have a mid-carder at best because you're 50-50 booked. It's common logic and common sense, but common sense ain't so common, is it? Unreal that they have 50-50 booking back-to-back weeks. Back-to-back-to-back-to-back. This is this company, though. It's what they do. Unfucking real. That just pisses me off, 50-50 booking, guys. If you're going to push somebody, let's rock. If you're not, then just say so. Like Humberto. You started to push him, and then you're like, nah, I ain't going to do shit with him. All right. At least they're telling you every week he's going to lose. But if you're going to 50-50 flip-flop somebody, what are you doing for the company and that individual? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So Andrade takes an L here over under Dawkins. We then ended our number one with Zelina Vega versus Bianca Belair. Zelina was clearly the underdog here, as Bianca is built like a truck. And Zelina, even though she's 4'11" of heaven, Zelina is basically the size of Belair's ponytail. I mean, if you look at the size of Belair's ponytail, I honestly think that's Zelina's size. So even though Zelina gave Bianca some in this match, she did some work. Zelina looked damn good, I thought. But Bianca is too damn strong and too damn good. And Bianca defeats Vega, which I believe should be happening. But damn, Vega took her to the fucking limit. What do you guys think, man? Hold on. I got to make sure, first of all, my supers are good. Venus Soldier 92, I got you. Deji 789, 2 times. Super Chat Hall of Famer. Told you my favorite storylines. Vicky Hess got 5 on that. Hold on, wait, where's my live chat on there, man? Blueprint Boss Mania, I see you. What's up, man? And I already saw SOS TDM as well. Jennifer Pierce, I see you, man. Welcome to Pro Wrestling Dominik, LOL. Okay, so I got all my people. Is Carlos here? Gotta see if Carlo, my people. Yeah, there it is. Alex Hood, you don't even go here. Bianca Belair, man. It's good to see her, man. She's rock star status for sure. What else? What else do you guys think about her, man? Shayna and Raw Underground. I'll get to that. Zelina with them Jordans, right? K Breezy 16, man. Yeah, she was looking good with those, with the sneaks on, man. Shane, BC time, you know it. Yo, BC, you forgot the great match of Bayley versus Asuka. Ahmed, I haven't got there yet, man. Hour number 2. That's coming up. I'm only in hour number 1. We just started this, Ahmed. So we're going to get to that. I believe that's actually hour number 3, so that's going to be a little bit. Bianca Belair is the future Raw Women's Champion. Demonte, I truly agree. Hey, boss, did you hear anything like Roman talking to AEW? Joe. No, that'll never happen. Vince will never allow Roman to go to AEW, guys. That's just never going to happen, man. But anyway, yeah, so it's good to see what you guys thought about that. There's Carlos, man. 20. Man. That's like 4 Starbucks, man. Salita is great, but that was abusive. I agree. Carlos, thank you, man. It's good to see you, man. I'm glad you made it, man. I know this is early. Much love, Carlos. Much love and respect. And thank you for the coffees, man. Oh, shit. I'm spilling my fucking coffee. That's not good. Back then, when I was younger, you didn't spill your alcohol. Now, as an adult, you don't spill your coffee. Pumbaa the Pig. Glad to see your live stream, man. Thank you for the coffee, Pumbaa. And I hope to do this more often, guys. You guys make it fun, obviously. And it helps me when I'm running late, for sure. So I'm glad I'm doing it as well. Thank you, Pumbaa the Pig and Carlos. Both of you guys are making the Super Chat Hall of Fame. That's right. I had 25 inductees on my first one a couple days ago. So it's going to be great to add you guys. Thank you guys so much. Now I have to start hour number 2 here, guys. Unfortunately, it's more bullshit. Apollo starts hour number 2. Got my live chat here? Yeah. Apollo starts hour number 2, interrupting the VIP lounge, which led to Apollo versus Shelton Benjamin in that matchup. Benjamin defeats the United States champion Apollo with the devastating, awe-inspiring, vicious fruit roll-up. That's right, the devastating roll-up. This is 2 of the things I can't stand in pro wrestling. Champions losing all the time. Apollo's a champion and he seems to be always on his fucking back looking up at the lights when he's not knocked out anyway. And number 2, everybody loses via the roll-up. I cannot stand the roll-up victory. That should be used in only certain circumstances. But if you're going to go to war for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes, and all it takes is a hand on your shoulder and you can't get your shoulder up, that, my friends, is an issue. And it happens every single match, it seems. So the United States champion is losing, and he's losing simplistically via a roll-up. Now, after last week, this is another problem I have, because post-match, Apollo drops MVP where he stands to get the last word. So even though Apollo lost, he still dropped the head of the Hurt Business. MVP was dropped. So after last week, the Hurt Business was looking dominant. They ended the show. They were at Raw Underground. It looked like they were a true, legit faction ready to destroy. This week, what do they have in store for them? Benjamin wins a roll-up victory, and MVP gets dropped. And that was the Hurt Business's storyline last night. How do you capitalize a badass Hurt Business situations with an S last week, because they were involved in several segments last week? How do you capitalize this week on that momentum? Bullshit. At the start of hour number 2. And that was it. Oh, I tell you. That pisses me off to no end. I hate when people don't capitalize. I cannot stand. Please look in my eyes and realize that I mean every word when I say I can't stand when people don't build momentum. Momentum. Without momentum, nobody will be built. Can you tell I'm a little angry at that? Hopefully I'm not blowing out my mic, guys. Unfrickin' real. I can't stand it, honestly. I'll move on, but only because there's more program to go, man. I would love to just sit and ponder how they took Hurt Business's booking last week and booked them like shit this week. And somehow they managed to ruin the opponent as well. Apollo, who's a champion, taking an L with a simplistic roll-up. Beautiful. Beautiful, Vince. Oh, the old man in Stanford is having a glorious week. He's already kicked. I can't wait to see what Friday has in store. Backstage, we have the return of one of my favorite female wrestlers. This is Mickie James. She's interrupted by Lana and Natty, who are in matching outfits and looking like curtains from a rundown shady motel. But that's another story. I don't know what Natty and Lana were wearing. That was just a catastrophe from the 80s. The 80s called, they want that wardrobe back. In fact, I think you should do that and keep that in the 80s. And I love the 80s. But fashion, that was not the strong suit of the 80s, I assure you. But it was great to see Mickie James back, man, for sure. Because I fucking absolutely love Mickie James. And I think even at her age, she has more to offer. It's a shame she didn't get a real women's title run when she was back that last time before injury. But we'll see, man, if she gets one last title reign before she hangs up the boots. But Mickie James is damn good. What do you guys think, dude? Were you happy to see James or not? Let me check the chat over here. See if you guys can hear me here, man. How do you guys feel about Mickie James? I'm going to take a minute before I continue. Anybody? Do I got a live chat here? Happy to see Mickie James back. Brandon. Javi Woo 31, hell yeah. Oh, we got some supers. Oh, I'll get to the supers, guys, for sure, man. VIPs, you deserve a little bit more attention. Christopher, yup, she needs one more title reign. Love Mickie James, Blueprint Boss Mania, Puma the Pig, Christopher. Oh, it's going fast now, man. No, somebody said no. Kenneth says no. I think she got treated way better in TNA, Christina. Yeah, absolutely. Because they know her. Other organizations know true talent, though, right? Vince just gave up on that. Mickie James is that chick, Corey. Mickey's damn good. One more reign. PB Syllable Pride. Yep. Warrior Nation, she is my fave, so I definitely missed her. Carlos, can't wait for Mickie next week. Good to see her. Mickie James looks great. Yeah, so it looks like most of you guys definitely hardcore country. Yeah, Tariq Dog. You remember that? Yeah, if they treat her right, she can help the division. SOSTDM 617. Yep, absolutely, man. I wish Mickie would go to AEW. I know, I always say AEW can't get all of WWE's castaways, but their women's division truly needs some a real spark. Mickie James, I think, can only help them. In the ring, but behind the scenes too, with up-and-coming talent. Mickie versus Asuka rematch. Wasn't that fun? Hell yeah. What was that, guys? That was a TakeOver Canada? I think that was Canada, right? Was that like Summerslam weekend or some shit? She should have been pushed over Charlotte Flair. Yeah, a lot of people should have, man. BC, Mickie James is underrated. Ahmed, yep. Mickie James versus Sasha Banks. Take my money and take mine, Christina. Yeslin, NXT Toronto. Thank you, Yeslin. That's what it was. I knew it was Canada. Okay, yeah, so it looks like we're all on board here. It looks like a lot of us are truly Mickie James, or on board with Mickie coming back, man. I've been waiting her return. Now we're just waiting for Ember Moon. You guys know I'm really high on Ember Moon. She has so much talent. She offers so much to the division, but unfortunately, like a lot, she was held down. And then she got injured multiple times trying to put on a badass performance at house shows. And when it came TV time, Vince kept her in catering or just told her to stay home. But at house shows, she was busting her ass so much she gets injured, nobody even knows about it. I still to this day get so many people going, BC, where's Ember Moon? Oh, you would know if Vince gave her the time of day. But of course not. Oh, I'm on a roll, man. I'm 3 coffees in. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry if I'm too amplified. I don't care how early it is. You guys are here for one reason, to get amped. So, yeah, Mickie James, man. You guys are... NXT feels dead. Yeah, man. NXT is... it almost seems like a shell of what it once was. Asuka versus AJ Lee dream match. There you go, Brandon. Got to get AJ back, right? Ashley Steggles, let's get amplified. Yeah, Mickie James, Sasha Banks, Naomi. Oh man, these are going fast. All right, guys, so let me continue with hour number 2, if you don't mind. Next up was an 8-man. This show had like almost everything I can't stand. Champions losing matches, simplistic roll-up victories, momentum being halted, 50-50 booking, and multi-man schmaz matches. This was an 8-man tag schmaz fest. Tozawa and his ninjas, can't make that shit up. If somebody was coming over your house and you have this program on and they walk in and say, what are you watching? How do you describe that? Oh, that's Tozawa and those are his ninjas. Gone are the days of Steve Austin and The Rock and Triple H. Tozawa and his ninjas versus the Viking Raiders and Cedric and Ricochet. Match length was 1 minute. Can't make that shit up. That's a true story. It was 1 minute in length. And that's probably a good thing. I'm going to leave it at that. Post-match, Ninja Truth becomes the 38-time 24/7 champion. That's right. I'll say it one more time. Our Ninja Truth became the 38-time 24/7 champion after this match. What was this match for? You had 8 dudes in there for 1 minute, and the culmination was R-Truth dressed as one of Tozawa's ninjas, rolling him up, by the way, the simplistic, badass, vicious, devastating fruit roll-up, and R-Truth becomes champion. I tell you, man. I tell you. Liv Morgan versus Peyton Royce is next. Peyton defeats Morgan in just 2 minutes. If the old man wants Royce to beat Morgan, whatever. It's his company. I don't even mind the Iconics. I know I'm one of the rare people in the community that just doesn't mind them, but I don't mind them. I feel there's a place. Is that in a 10-minute match where they should be beating legit badass wrestlers? No. But there's a place, I feel. But I'll be the first to admit, what the fuck is Peyton Royce doing beating Liv Morgan in just 2 minutes? And rather simplistically, boot to the dome piece, Morgan's looking up at the lights like she can't move for 7 minutes. Why is, and again, this is coming from somebody, you want a fair down the middle review? This is coming from one of the only people you're gonna hear admit, I don't mind the Iconics. And there is no reason Peyton Royce should be defeating Liv Morgan in 2 minutes simplistically. None. I don't care what the reasoning is by Vince McMahon. There is no reason that is justifiable. If you don't look at Liv Morgan, you don't see talent, I don't know what the fuck you're looking at. Liv Morgan has so much story to tell. Even if you don't think she's a badass, one of the best wrestlers, the story, even if you're not going to put her with like a Bray Wyatt, right, as Sister Abigail, which a lot of people did want, but whether you did or you didn't, the point is Liv Morgan has a character behind her. She has a personality. She has some of that it factor. It factor? It factor. I love it, baby. We're live. It factor. And she can fuck it up to another level. But she just doesn't get the chance. And that's the problem with Liv Morgan, man. Every time you think McMahon is going to give her a little bit of time to showcase what she truly can bring to the table, every time you think McMahon's going to do that, Liv Morgan's looking up at the lights. Come on, bro. If you don't look at Liv Morgan like she has more to offer, that's cool, man. It's in the eye of the beholder. Everybody has their own opinion. That's cool. I can't fuck with that notion. I see Liv Morgan, I'm like, dude, my creative juices start to flow, man. My wheel in my dome piece, my creative wheel starts the hamster just starts spinning in my dome piece. And I have all these creative ideas for Liv Morgan. McMahon, nothing. Let's break up the Riot Squad. It didn't work. Let's put the Riot Squad back. Where's Sarah? She should be out there. Vince, you let go of Sarah. You fired her. What? Oh, well, let's get another Riot Squad member. Before you know it, it's going to be Lana or Natty once they're done with fucking Mickie James, right? And the whole Riot Squad will be coming up dressed like fucking curtains from the 1980s. The Curtain Squad. These are the ideas that McMahon has. The Curtain Squad. Dressed like Madonna from the 80s, all of them. Ruby Riot's halfway there anyway. And Ruby's another one, by the way. Ruby's got so much fucking potential. It's untapped. He won't just tap. Remember Happy Gilmore? Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Just tap it. Tap the potential. Tap the potential. He doesn't want to tap it. He doesn't want to tap that ass. Tap the potential. I tell you, how you guys doing, man? I'm sorry, I gotta, I gotta go off in my own fucking realm. Liv Morgan, Ruby, how many people are we gonna watch with so much talent just get thrusted to the wayside, man? I can't stand that. Raw Underground ends hour number 2. Riddick Moss is whooping that ass. And it's clear they want to give Moss a future push. Maybe that future has already begun last night. Shane says there'll be more Raw Underground in hour number 3. So they just wanted to showcase Riddick Moss a little bit. Get the casual fan to know who he is. But if it's anything like last week with the Hurt Business, yeah, they look strong for 1 week. And then what did they do this week with the Hurt Business? Nothing. Ain't nobody gonna tell me that the Hurt Business should have been booked better than they were this week. So what's Riddick Moss gonna do? Okay, he looked dominant last night. Next week, you won't even see Riddick Moss. Anyway, let me just check on you guys, man. Make sure that my peeps are all good, man. All my supers are good. Oh, hold on, we got some supers, guy. Jennifer Pierce, a cup of coffee, man, a 5-spot. Thank you, Jennifer. You don't even need to, man. You know you're always there for every vid, man. I always look forward to you guys showing the love. Thank you, Jennifer, man. Appreciate it. World of Wrestling, cup of coffee, 5-spot. Thank you, man. Orton comment about him being the son he doesn't have to Rick was distasteful in my opinion. Love your opinions on Wrestling BC. World of Wrestling, thank you for the cup of coffee. All you guys obviously are making my Hall of Fame of Super Chats, man. Your names will be added to the list, I assure you. World of Wrestling says Orton's comment about him being the son he never had to Rick. Yeah, because you guys got to think, I think it was David Flair, right? And that whole situation with Rick, that was hard hit. That's what I mean about it was such a personal, hard hitting back and forth promo that you were invested. So when you saw Ric Flair get turned on, and I'll get to this later on, but because that is a super, I just want to kind of comment on that. World of Wrestling, everybody has such strong opinions on that last night, but that's what pro wrestling is about, man. When you get a segment that so many people are conflicted and it draws out emotion, I'm not going to say you're wrong, dude. That was a strong, strong comment, but everybody must have been okay with it. Rick was okay with it. People have fault with Vince for even asking Rick if he's okay with it, no question. People think that should have been left out, but you know, Vince, there's no boundaries with this guy. And what's Rick gonna say? I don't want to do it? I don't know, he could, but I think Rick's at that stage where he's trying to be a team player. So, I appreciate it, man. SOS TDM 617, $2, man. You don't got to, bro, but go Red Sox. I hate your Yankees. Oh, you did not, bro. Now I'm taking that $2 to my next coffee. That's awesome, man. I know we're playing each other. Well, soon, my man. And I believe we already whooped that ass anyway, but we'll continue to do it, man. My Yankees look strong. We had a rough week, SOS. We had a rough week. But we're going to come back strong, man. You look at the Yankees and you know they're a dominant fucking team. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You didn't have to. Rojo, you're already on the Super Chat Hall of Fame list, but thank you for another cup of coffee, my man. BC Amplified live and in color. Didn't see Raw yesterday. Still can't wait to hear your thoughts on it. Amp unit for life. Respect from Quebec. I appreciate it, Rojo, so much, man. Hopefully I'm getting you caught up on Raw. There's a couple of things I do hope that you go back and check out either via YouTube or whatnot. The beginning and the end of Raw. All the rest, just let the Amplified man tell you what happened. You'll be much better off, Rojo. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Pumbaa the Pig, another 5-bomb, dude, for another coffee. Thank you, Pumbaa. WWE Ninjas versus Vikings. Right? This is a comedy act, Pumbaa the Pig. This is a comedy act. Vince McMahon, it's like going back in the day with Doink the Clown, Duke the Dumpster, Drosy, and all those gimmicks. It truly is. Now we have Ninjas and Vikings. Viking Raiders, Viking Packers, Viking Buccaneers, Viking 49ers. Who the fuck? Just take your pick, right? Throw a dart at the wall and see what it lands on. Pumbaa with another fucking cup of coffee, 5-bomb, man. Hurt Business are only getting hurt themselves. It's Vince's booking, bro. That's, you know, I laugh, but it's tragic. That's Vince's booking, right? They look so dominant one week, and they look like complete fucking bums the next. You can't make it up. You absolutely cannot make it up. Let me go back to my live chat. How you guys doing, man? Liv is sexy hot. Manojik, dude, Liv is sexy hot. Liv is a beautiful girl. There's no doubt, man. Farah, $10 bomb, a couple of coffees. Always a pleasure. Farah, thank you so much, man. It's always a pleasure to do this for you guys, man. Thank you so much. You have just joined my Super Chat Hall of Fame. Farah, I appreciate it. Ninja, who is that? Amplified Fire, Alpha Squad. Hell yeah, man. Yowie Wowie Blueprint. All right, so did I go through the whole hour number 2, guys? Yeah, I think I did. We're at hour number 3 now. So we kick off hour number 3, Asuka versus Bayley. This is a 15-minute match, ending with Bayley tapping out to the Asuka lock. This was a really good matchup, absolutely. Asuka was locked in, and this was like NXT Bayley. And if you guys remember NXT Bayley, that was the best Bayley. Just straight fire. So Sasha Banks and Asuka is now official for SummerSlam, but this match to me was the actual main event. This match to me was better than Orton and Kevin Owens. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but this was a damn good fucking match with Asuka and Bayley, and I wouldn't mind seeing that again if they're going to give them at least 15 minutes, and they're going to be on a game like, they were fighting as if there's a championship on the line. You would never know that Asuka is just fighting for a chance at a title, and Bayley's just fighting for her friend. You would think there's an actual title on the line. They were going for it last night. Mad props to Asuka, mad props to Bayley. Sasha Asuka is official for SummerSlam. Back to Raw Underground, where Ruas is fucking shit up. So if at nothing else, some of these dudes are not just getting screen time, but they're getting their names out there to the world. What does it lead to? Probably nothing, knowing Vince. But for one night, people like Ruas are on the main stage. Or at least the underground stage. I have no fucking idea. But people are at least getting their names out there. For instance, Dabba-Kato, who was annihilating another human being last night, just like he did last week, and continuing to build stock in the company. Then Shayna Baszler steps up and starts destroying all the females. And by all the females, I mean like, it looked like some housewives that were just tootling around club to club, and they wandered into a warehouse, and they're like, oh, I like this. What's this club? And all of a sudden, Shayna Baszler just starts whacking a bitch. Whack one bitch, whack second bitch, she starts dilating. And these people look like housewives that didn't know it was coming. Right? Sandy! Oh my God, Sandy! Julie, help me! Cassandra! Get Karen! I can't get Karen. She's too busy yelling about her burger being uncooked. Fucking Karen! All the fucking housewives are really getting beat up by Shayna Baszler. I am never going clubbing again. I don't know what that was about other than to make Shayna look badass, but we already know Shayna's badass. What the fuck? Shayna's badass. I wanted to. It looked like she was going to take out Dabba-Kato at one point. Shayna just got up when Dabba-Kato threw one human being through a fucking wall or whatever the fuck. That's what was going to happen. And then Shayna steps up and I'm like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, damn housewives headlined by Karen come up. I like this. Do we get beads and a one free drink? And then all of a sudden Shayna starts whooping their ass. Fucking housewives headlined by Karen. Karen and the housewives. They're gonna go party with Lana and Natty with those fucking 1980s curtain outfits. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm so off track, guys. But anyway, that was Raw Underground. I thought it had some potential last week with seeing what happened with the Hurt Business. You had some ladies fucking dancing about. Hey, not bad. The Ant-Man can get involved with this a little bit. It's good to see some fucking girls dancing. It's okay for women to be sexy. We live in a world today where if a woman is sexy, it's against 2020's rules. A woman can't dance and half naked. It's fucking bad for the world. Please, man. But if a dude does it, no, there's no problem there, man. It's just sexy. Please, man. Women can dance. Let them dance. Let them have some clothes off if they want to. It's entertainment. If they're feeling sexy, let them feel sexy. In 2020, a woman can't wear anything that's showing anything. Or else they're fucking shamed for it, or it's just not allowed, or it sends a bad message. Stop that shit. Let women dance. I used to go to Universal Studios, Halloween Horror Nights. There was a show called Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. One of the best parts of the show is you had about 10 to 15 women that danced around. It was awesome. The past couple of years, they added some dudes because they were getting some heat. Oh, you only have girls dancing around, so you get the dudes. All right, nobody complained. You let the women have their thing, and we're fixated on the women. It's badass. Everybody gets a piece of the pie. But no, then they said, oh, we're still hearing a lot of shit, so they had to cancel the show. No more Bill and Ted's, because you can't have sexy people dancing. How the fuck did we even get on that? Oh yeah, so last week you got fucking Raw Underground had a little but potential, right? If done correctly. This week, what the girls are gone. All the segments together were like 4 or 5 minutes tops. Nobody looked super fucking badass. Nobody that we really care about. Nothing really happened on Raw Underground that made us go, did you see Raw Underground? Mr. Blocky 22. Well, we are good, BC. I want to see the ladies' sexiness. We are grown folks. Well, not in 2020, man. 2020, there's so many rules on us. I tell you, hold on, we got some supers, guys, before I get into the main event. Farah, again, thank you, I appreciate it. Venus Soldier, another cup of coffee 5-bomb, man. I love Sasha, but I feel my girl is going to lose her belt at SummerSlam to Asuka. Possibly, but I'm okay with that, Venus Soldier. Thank you again for the cup of coffee. I'm okay with that because Asuka, if you're going to talk, deserves her title back. Yeah, she does. This is a good storyline with Sasha getting that title for a month. And usually I hate hot potato, but this makes sense to me. You give it over to Asuka. Sasha getting this falls in line with her title reigns, right? She just can't hold that belt for more than a month. More than a few weeks, mostly. Right? So it fits that. And she's going to get angry at Bayley, like, why didn't you help me keep my championship? So that'll cause more friction. And this is the best Asuka I've seen since NXT Asuka. There's a fierceness in Asuka lately. Her matches have even been better. So everybody wins with Sasha holding the titles for a few months. Not a few months. The title for a few weeks. And then Asuka gets at SummerSlam. And you guys know this is a pro Sasha channel. But I'm okay with that. Sasha needs to get the SmackDown Women's Championship from Bayley eventually. And that has to be Sasha's long title reign. Not the Raw one. I think Asuka still needs a long title reign because if you're going to talk deserves, Asuka still deserves that. She didn't have a legit title reign once Becky Lynch had to hand over that championship. And she earned it at Money in the Bank, by the way. But then all of a sudden Sasha got it. But I think everybody wins with Sasha holding on to this for a few weeks. Usually I'm not a fan of that. But I'm okay with Sasha dropping that title to Asuka. Again, it comes down to booking. They just got to book this correctly to make Sasha and Asuka look dominant. Or Sasha have that friction with Bayley at least. Like, you could have done more to help me hold on to this championship. So, you're right, Venus Soldier 92. She could be dropping that championship. World of Wrestling, another $5 coffee bomb, man. Thank you, man. Would you say WCW Nitro 2000 was better than modern day Raw? BC, WWE would get destroyed by WCW with the garbage Raw's producing now. Yeah, they would. There's no question. WCW was annihilating them back in the day. With this product, WCW would walk away. WWF would be out of business if they were producing this type of business product. I can honestly say that with a straight face. WWF or WWE, whichever you want to call it, man, they would be out of business if this was back around those Monday Night Wars and they were producing this type of product. Thankfully, that's not the case. But what was the first part of your question? Would you say WCW Nitro 2000 was better than modern day Raw? 1,000,000%. In 2000 is when WCW started to go a little off the rails and on, obviously. But, I mean, I still was engaged. You know, a lot of this shit on Raw, you know, I'm picking like the top and the bottom and a match in between was good. But then you go over a lot of filler shit and a lot of shit that just boggles your mind. I hate that. If you're going to produce a 3-hour show, I want at least 2 hours to be really good and 1 hour of bullshit. Why are we constantly getting over 2 hours of bullshit in less than an hour of good shit? Hopefully that makes sense and you guys are keeping track. That's what I don't like. Thank you again, my man. I appreciate it. Pumbaa the Pig, another fight. You're going to rev me up, man. We're going to do a 3-hour podcast one week, all just on Pumbaa's coffees. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Another 5-spot. BC, do you think Raw Underground is helping or hurting the WWE as a whole? If done correctly, Underground is not going to phase WWE negatively. Because altogether, even if you have 3 or 4 segments, and we only had 2 or 3 last night, but even if you have 3 or 4, Raw Underground collectively lasts maybe 5 minutes tops last night. Last week was what, 10 to 15 minutes tops? Tops! It's not affecting WWE negatively at all. Except if you think about all the time, effort, and energy that's being put into it that could be used somewhere else if it's not being done correctly. You see what I'm saying? So if you're going to produce bullshit like we saw last night, then just scrap it. If you're going to produce some shit like we saw last week, that's got potential. You just have to build on it. So hopefully that answers your question. It's not hurting it too much. But in the future it will, because you're just taking time away for nothingness, stupidity. But right now, there's still a chance to save Raw Underground for whatever they want it to be. But I think it's the same thing with the Revolution faction. I believe there's no real end game that Vince has. He just kind of did these as Hail Marys because ratings were so low. And I'm cool with that. I'm okay with throwing up Hail Marys. It should have been done last year, 5 years ago. But if you're going to throw up Hail Marys, you better have somebody in the end zone waiting to catch the touchdown pass. He's throwing Hail Marys and nobody's in the end zone to receive the catch. That's the problem. Hold on, some more supers here, guys. Alex Morris, who's that? Oh man, five bomb spot coffee. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it, man. Raw Underground looks like a fake UFC. What the fuck? I know, man. It's getting dogged. A lot of people don't like it, Alex. But I'm saying pro wrestling wise, it has potential. They're just making every mistake imaginable with it. And you see the glimpses of potential, and then you see them just go off the rails, and it just boggles your fucking mind. But yeah, if they're gonna just do it like they did last night, it's just bullshit UFC MMA. And there's another place that we can go and watch that. It's unreal, man. Nicholas Rage, a $5 bomb coffee. Thank you, Nicholas. I enjoy the post-show reviews. It's more entertaining than the actual show. You guys tell me that all the time. I appreciate that I can entertain you guys. It's tragic sometimes how amplified we have to get because of how bad the shows are most of the time. But I like to be fair and consistent as well. We have a good time. We laugh. We get amplified at the bullshit. But I always like to call out what is good as well, man. You know what I mean? Because I want to give WWE the benefit of the doubt when they should be getting it. These days, we shouldn't be giving it to them at all because Vince hasn't earned it. But when I do see new shit that has potential, I at least want to see where it goes before I totally just annihilate it and get amplified. You know what I mean? Whereas these days, and rightfully so, a lot of people just fuck with it immediately. I like to see where it's headed. That way I have all my facts and my ducks lined up in a row. That way nobody can come at me with a stupid opinion that I don't have a fact for, you know? Like, BC, you didn't give it a chance. Yes, I did. I gave it 2 weeks, 2 months. And this is the conclusion that I saw already happening. So I appreciate that you like the reviews, Nicholas, man. And, I'm just glad that you guys show up and show out for the Ant-Man. Venus Soldier, another 5-bomb coffee, man. Badass. You guys are going to make me do 3-hour podcasts with all the coffee I'm going to be consuming. Were you happy that Dolph Ziggler was not on Raw Underground this week? You were mad as hell about that, BC, last week. No, like a lot of you guys told me last week, Dolph has some experience in fighting and wrestling and all that stuff. Really. And I understand that. I just felt if you're not going to tell that story at all ever on screen in his background, and then all of a sudden he just appears on Raw Underground, it just doesn't make sense. The casual fan is totally lost. And even the diehard fan is kind of like, it's Dolph Ziggler. But a lot of you guys didn't mind it because he was dabbed in that in his past. So, I won't say that I was too mad at it. It didn't belong to me. Or you better tell a much better backstory as to why Dolph is in an MMA style type of an underground fight club. Because Dolph's character in WWE has never called for that. You know, that's as good as seeing Breezango show up. Or Tyler Breeze, I should say. You know, I don't want to see that. And Tyler Breeze might be able to take somebody out. But he's still, to all of us, Tyler Breeze. But I don't mind, Dolph, you guys know I actually like Dolph. So if they're going to put him in there, that's cool. Give me a backstory and let him go full throttle, man. He should be walking out of there like Dominik, right? Let's get legit with Raw Underground. Dominik looked more underground than Raw Underground. Was that everybody, guys? My supers out there, man. Puma the Pig, another fight. Puma the Pig is going to sponsor a whole podcast one week. BC, I started watching you when you called Ryback a stupid idiot. I'm glad to see how far you've come. Thank you, Puma the Pig, man. I'm doing it all by myself, dude. I've never collaborated with anybody. I've never played by the rules here on this platform. I came at a time in 2017 where the tube was just crashing. I mean, it was a bad time to start YouTube. And on top of that, we had Adpocalypse, which was taking people, everything that you didn't want to do was to join YouTube in 2017. I did, and it was the wrong timing. 2016, and then I got booted, then I came back 2017. And I've just been building, slowly but surely, a badass amplified unit, man. The best wrestling unit in all of this community is right here, man, and that's because of you guys. So thank you, Puma the Pig. What was that? Calvin Cook, $5 Bomb Man Coffee. Thank you, Calvin. I appreciate it, man. Hey, BC, been watching your videos since your first vid back in 2016. Right, that was before I got booted. Never comment much since I normally watch your vids on way to work. Lots of love, bro. Lots of respect and love right back to you, Calvin. I appreciate it. I'm glad that whether you comment or not, man, you just showing the support, smashing that like button or doing whatever you do, dude. That's support, man. That's showing it. And that's what people don't realize, man. Just showing up for the AMP unit and doing what you can to show appreciation. And Calvin, I hear these type of stories all the time, man. I don't comment much, but I watch you all the time, BC. I respect you. If you could only know how much I respect and love you guys right back. Thank you, Calvin, for the cup of coffee, man. Much appreciated. I think that's all of the, and again, all of my supers, you're all entering the Super Chat Hall of Fame. 25 people joined last week. All your names will be on this week. I promise you guys, man. Thank you. How's my live chat people going, man, on the regular chat? Hold on. Can I get to the regular chat here? Hold on. Will we ever see Amplified Booking return, Jay Troy? Amplified, maybe, man. What happened with Amplified Booking? For the guys, don't worry. I'm going to get to the main event on Raw in a second. Don't worry. Ric Flair, Randy Orton, all that good shit, man. Because that was intense. But as far as Amplified Booking, why I stopped that, guys, is because I was putting in all this creative effort. I was booking pay-per-views masterfully. And then we get to the pay-per-view, and it was like one sliver of what I came up with. No thought, no energy, no creativity was put in by the old man in Stamford or his 614 writers. And I was starting to get pissed off. I'm spending all of this time and energy booking it, an awesome pay-per-view, and these people don't even care. Vince McMahon doesn't give a fuck about his pay-per-view. So why am I... All I was doing was getting people's hopes up. You'd hear my Amplified review that morning. We'd all tune in excited. And you'd come back for the good, the bad, and the ugly review, and we totally shit on this thing. So that's why I stopped. But if they can string together consistent good pay-per-views, I might bring back Amplified Booking and book the entire pay-per-views. But that's the same reason there's not a great column in the good, the bad, and the ugly. BC, why don't you have a great column? It's because Vince McMahon very rarely puts out anything great. Why would I have a whole column when I'm never going to put anything in the great column? Until they start showing me why. No way, man. Too many coffees. Have a beer, Vishelle says. Yeah, well, too many of those put me in a lot of bad situations too, my man. Randy Savage, Antonio. That's my man, man. Randy the Macho Man Savage. I miss him. I love watching you and rewatch all your old podcasts. Tina's Cupcake. Thank you, Tina, man. I appreciate that. Okay, so let me get back to the main event, because I think I got everything else on this show. Main event, Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Good matchup, not as good as Asuka and Bayley. Again, Asuka and Bayley to me was the actual main event. That was the real main event for me, but good nonetheless. RKO strikes Owens in the blink of an eye. Literally, if you blinked, Owens was dropped by the RKO. Orton defeats Owens en route to SummerSlam to take on McIntyre for that championship. That was it for Owens. Thanks for coming. Collect your paycheck. See your way out the door. I'm getting choked up. Hold on, guys. I don't like Owens that much, man. You can leave. There's more business to conduct. And that's because post-match, a great story unfolds between Randy Orton and Ric Flair. Orton, you can just sense, is going to turn his back on Flair. And Flair, instead of being Flair of old and being like, you ain't going to do nothing, you know who I am, like Flair would still stand up for himself. I don't care if he's 100 years old. But you saw fragile, down on his luck type of Ric Flair where he's like, dude, I'm just Charlotte's dad now. You're right. I'm not the Ric Flair of old. And even though Randy Orton said that about his son, I'm the son you wish you had. And Flair let that go. Flair said, I'm just Charlotte's dad now. And I'm just here for Charlotte, and I'm here to watch you break my record. 14, 15, 16-time world champion and beyond. Not Cena's record, he said, your record. And he says, I just want to be a part of the ride because you're the best, and I want to be a part of you. I love you, Randy. And Orton now is conflicted. I was going to kick your dome piece off. But now you're laying on the sob story, so it looks like, come here, Rick. He hugs him. He hugs Flair, and Flair goes to turn around. Orton drops to his knees and delivers the low blow. And Flair drops like a ton of bricks, and he is in agonizing pain, almost crying out. And Orton, so methodical, like a true viper snake, slithers up and starts brushing his hair and saying, it's okay, now you send this message. And he's saying all this stuff into Flair's ear, and it's so methodical, and it makes Randy Orton one of the best heels, one of the best wrestlers in all of wrestling today. But we already knew he always was. This is just the best of him. And Flair is down and out, and then he sets up for the punt kick. And the lights have been flickering on and off the whole night with Retribution. The lights go out when Flair took the hit. I understand. The dude's got a pacemaker. You don't want him taking anything devastating. The fact that they actually had him take the low blow, good enough for me. Some people are hanging on the lights going out, oh, that ruined everything. It didn't ruin shit. You still saw the setup. You know what happened. Half of pro wrestling is the illusion anyway. So I was okay with that. If that really took it away from you guys, that's in the eye of the beholder. But the illusion anyway is Flair got his dome piece knocked off. And he was out, and Flair played it off perfectly, like he was literally out, and Orton's just slithering around him and just staring at him like, you made me do this, I had no choice. You know, like almost like this is your fault, and I'm doing you a favor because I had to put you out the pasture. Randy Orton was just badass, man, and nobody helped him. It's what I said at the top of this live review. It reminds me back when Hogan would get his ass kicked and nobody would come save him. And then the Warrior would come down like after the beating already took place. And you'd be pissed at the Warrior. Even though he made everybody run away, why weren't you there sooner, Warrior? I don't care if I'm 5, 15, or 65, 85 years old. You can still draw the same emotion. Age doesn't matter. It's the same reason why people like The Sopranos and Breaking Bad, no matter what your age is, because you can drive emotion out of any age range if you're telling the proper story. It's the same thing with this. The way that Orton and Ric Flair put that segment together and McIntyre came to save him, you were pissed at McIntyre almost. Like, what took you so long, dude? You waited till this dude got his dome piece knocked off. And again, that's what should have happened. Storyline-wise, it was beautiful. They let it breathe. You were invested, you were emotional, you were even pissed off at McIntyre and you didn't know why. But you just felt bad for Flair, right? That's the shit that captivates people storyline-wise. And when you have that, you see what people were talking about when Raw went off the air. People were into it, man. People were talking about it. People were captivated. People were emotional. Some people felt some of the words that were said shouldn't have been said. It crossed the line, right? It was controversial. It was a little bit of everything. And I absolutely loved that main event segment. Not the match itself, because to me, Bayley and Asuka was even better. But what happened between Flair and Orton. And then you talk about letting it breathe. After that whole post-match extracurricular activity, you just had Orton from the rampway staring down at McIntyre, who's in the ring. Broadcasters shut their mouth finally. It's about fucking time. And they just stared at one another. Every emotion you could think of in a different stare and a mannerism was expressed in just their face alone. And then McIntyre starts shouting out at Randy Orton, that he's gonna pay. Bro, I just can't, I can't say it enough. That was just fucking brilliant. Unfortunately, the rest of Raw just wasn't. You had the top, you had the end, you had the Asuka Bayley match right in the middle, and then everything else, it just seemed like not enough care was put into it. But at least we have some good shit going into SummerSlam. Like I gotta see now what Mysterio's shape is even gonna be in going to Rollins. Obviously, Sasha and Asuka is gonna be match of the night if they give them at least 15 to 20 minutes. And then you have Randy Orton and McIntyre. That's just I will gladly hand over my money for McIntyre and fucking Randy Orton. Are you kidding me? And Bray Wyatt finally getting his championship back from Braun Strowman. So SummerSlam isn't hideous this year, at least. I mean, there are so many reasons why we thought this SummerSlam was absolutely going to shit the bed, and it still might. But at least there's some stories that are evolving that are kind of like, all right, this isn't totally fucking boring me. This isn't totally fucking making me just boggling my fucking dome piece like usually these pay-per-views do. Anyway, that was Raw, guys. Fucking hey. You know, some things I really enjoyed. The bulk of the show, come on, they can do better, man. And also, can I just say, hold on, well, before I even say that, Hold on. Let me just make sure my supers are all taken care of, guys. SOS TDM 17, another $2. How you doing? Thank you, SOS, man. Again, you don't need to, but I appreciate it. RIP Kamala. We love Kamala. He's one of the old schoolers, man. Always entertained us, always fun. And that's sad. But, man, he kicked for a while, man. He had some issues health-wise, and he was a trooper. He did not... He just wouldn't give up. That's a fucking badass dude. Kamala, much love and respect to him and his family. And I just hate hearing the guys that I looked up to and watched and entertained me growing up. I hate to see them or hear about that news. RIP Kamala, old school WWF. You and JD rock, bro. I appreciate it, SOS. Puma the Pig, another 20, man. This is literally going to be a podcast sponsored by Puma the Pig. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Enjoy a few more coffees, BC. I'm serious. You're literally going to make me, you're going to get me amplified for a whole 3-hour podcast one day, man. I appreciate it, honestly. I really do, Puma. That means a lot, man. Venus Soldier 92. I'm interested in your thoughts on Retribution this week on Raw. For me, they came off very juvenile and not intimidating at all. I forgot to touch up on that, guys. Good call. And thank you. That's another cup of coffee, Venus Soldier. And thank you for reminding me. That's huge. I didn't even really talk about Retribution because they didn't really have a big part of the show. They were flickering the lights on and off. The mics were going on and off. But they literally came off like some high schoolers that just came out of a house party. I mean, they threw a cement block through a window. Some high schooler shit. They vandalized a car. I think they tipped it over or some shit. Okay, juvenile. Is correct, Venus Soldier 92. And this is like high schoolers that just got out of a house party and they don't know how to act or control themselves. They have total immaturity going on. That's all Retribution came off as last night. If that's a badass faction that's supposed to scare us, no. Last week was a little better on SmackDown, right? At least they beat up the people around ringside, all the NXT developmental talents and all that. But this week, what the fuck? Cinder blocks and vandalism? Wow. But that goes to show you, they're just a knockoff of what's going on in the world right now with the groups that are terrorizing cities and towns and making it just horrible for everybody. But that's my thoughts on him. That was, juvenile isn't the word for it, man. That's, like that's what they thought of. Let's have a cinder block. I know time went into it, so I appreciate that at least, and money, right? You're breaking a window, you're flipping over a car. But what more? You can't just have this a high schooler faction. Something in them has to be badass. A cinder block and tipping over a car is not badass. It's just not. Thank you for reminding me that, man. Undisputed Era, $2, man. Support the coffee habit. Appreciate it, Undisputed Era. Thank you. I know you're already on the Super Chat Hall of Fame. Sasha is fire, and she's been twerking lately on Raw. Sasha's, whether she's in the ring or out of the ring, Sasha is like an eyeful, right? I mean, you're always focusing on Sasha, Undisputed Era. That's all the time. That's how Sasha Banks is just a captivating individual. Ray Hunt, $5 for a coffee for the Ant-Man. I appreciate it, Ray Hunt. BC, you called it last week. Riot Squad was only brought back together for absolutely nothing. Send a shout out to your favorite pizza delivery man, Luigi Lugnuts. I'll tell Luigi, man, I'm going to catch him this weekend at the local bingo hall where he's taking on Fuckwad Fred and Danny Dipshit Dugenheimer in a triple threat match. So that's going to be a sight to see for sure, man. And special guest referee, Ballistic Becky. That's right. It's going to be huge, man, down at the local bingo hall. I'll tell him you said what's up. And what did you say, Ray Hunt, again? I'm sorry. BC, you called it last week. Riot Squad was only brought back together for absolutely nothing. Of course I called it. I can't even say that I made like this amazing call. I know how Vince works. I know how the company works. This was always going to be nothing. They're brought back for nothing. In a couple of months, they're going to be split up again for nothing. I wouldn't be surprised if one, if not both, are fired 6 months from now and join Sarah Logan in the unemployment line. Or I know Sarah, I think, just had a baby or she's pregnant or something. But I mean, I wouldn't put it past them, man. You have talented people here. Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott brought back for nothing. That's like a theme with every show. Thank you, Ray Hunt. I appreciate it, man. SoundCloud, $20 bomb. That's at least 4 to 5 star bucks. Appreciate it, SoundCloud. You're already in the Super Chat Hall of Fame from last week, but you'll be a two-time Hall of Famer. Hey, BC, are you going to do an NXT and AEW review this week? Love you, Amp Unit. Much love right back to you, SoundCloud. I appreciate it. I'm hoping to. because NXT went up in the ratings as well. They came nowhere near AEW, but I definitely want to do AEW because they did so good, over 900,000 in viewership. If I have the time, I also want to do NXT as well. We'll see. Thank you, SoundCloud. I appreciate it, man. SOS TDM, another $2. How you doing? I appreciate it, dude. Can't forget about Peacock Paulie. Well, here's the thing. Paul, and he wanted to be here today too. He's actually getting his fronds polished off and watered. But Paulie Walnuts, he was here in my first ever review, guys. He would have been right here. He is listening though. He's behind me way over there. But he wanted to say hello to you guys. But yeah, no, there's no forgetting him. I might even take him to the local bingo hall and take him out for a night out for some wrestling action, man. Who knows? The Silent 12, a $5 bomb coffee. Thank you, Silent 12, man. Appreciate it big time. Love listening to your videos while doing work on the PC or gathering gold on a MMO game. Keep being the amplified man. Love from a small country in EU. Bro, appreciate it big time, man. And I know you guys watch me in so many different countries, areas, and you show the same amount of fucking love no matter where you are. I want you to know that no matter where you are, I'm sending it right back to you. There's no other way for me to put it. So I don't even know what time it is wherever most of you guys are watching. Again, I know it's early here on the East Coast. California's just waking up. I know I'm going to get a lot of people that are saying, "Oh, BC, I missed your live stream again, man." And I know it's because I do these kind of early. But it's the best time for me to do such. But I do appreciate it, man. And again, let me just say thank you to the Silent 12, man. I really do appreciate it, man. Because I know it's not easy for a lot of you guys to, it's different timing and stuff. So I'm glad I can keep you entertained, man. And you guys keep the channel afloat. Chauncey, $4.99. Coffee, how you doing? I appreciate it, Chauncey. Welcome to the Super Chat Hall of Fame. Where is 2.0 and Cheesehead Charlie? All love. 2.0 is, the tube doesn't like 2.0. Every time I have a 2.0 video, it's demand or just booted. Literally, the tube he's too amplified. So unfortunately, 2.0 had to be ex-nayed. That's because the tube made it clear that they didn't like 2.0. It sucks. But that's kind of where we are in society today, You can't do things that I could do when I first started the channel. Even when I first started the channel, I was kind of handcuffed. But 2.0 is he's too extreme, he's too amplified for tube. And that sucks, but they just don't like him. And Cheesehead Charlie, man, we should bring him back. Right? We have to find him. He's still trapped in a fucking bathroom. We still don't know where. All he's got to do, he's got the fucking cell phone, he's got reception, he doesn't know how to use the shit. Cheesehead Charlie, hopefully he'll make a cameo in the future, man. Hopefully sometime this year. We got to find the bathroom and get him out of there. Surprised you remember that. That's when you know you're a long-time veteran sub, man. Appreciate it, Chauncey. Undisputed Era, another $5 bomb coffee. How you doing? Undisputed, man. Rockstar status, dude. Thank you so much. Do you think AEW has too many dark gimmicks? Because I was coming up with a gimmick in that area of the spectrum, and you should open a Discord chat. Well, something to think about for sure, Undisputed Era. As far as too many dark gimmicks, over redundancy at its finest. There's no other way to put it. I think you put it best. Absolutely, I do. They take something, AEW, and I love AEW, but they take something and they'll just run it into the ground. Like, remember, there was a time where everybody was having the lights go out. Everybody. I mean, Sean Spears had the lights go out for him when Tully Blanchard was at the top of the stage. He was like in a chair. The lights went out. Cody had the lights go out for him. Darby Allin had the lights go. Everyone has the Undertaker type entrance, and you're kind of thinking, everybody shouldn't have the lights go out. You got to save that for something special. And then you have the dark gimmicks like, I don't want to get into, yes. The short answer, Undisputed Era, is absolutely. Marty Banks, $5 coffee. How you doing, Spot? Thank you, Marty. Marty, you're already in the Hall of Fame, aren't you? Yeah, Marty Banks is already in the Hall of Fame as well. Thank you, Marty. You're back. Two-time Hall of Famer in the Super Chat Hall of Fame. You guys thought I was joking, man. When I say I respect and show appreciation to those that show appreciation and respect to them, man, I ain't lying. Marty just, contributed for a coffee. Thank you, Marty. Undisputed Era, another $2. How you doing, man? Do your all-out in SummerSlam review with JD. Yeah. If me and JD are gonna do something down the line, guys, it's gonna be far down the line. We like to just get together and shoot the shit, to be honest. Honestly, when we get together, it is for a few hours at a time. When we talk business, it's maybe a half an hour tops. The rest of the couple of hours, we talk about baseball, we talk about food, we talk about beer, coffee. Like, that's literally, like, we just talk about everything but really business. So in the times that me and JD talk shit, good shit, don't worry. The times that we get together, we really don't talk about collabing or anything, man, you know? And a lot of people think, oh, that's what they're talking about. No, it's just two boys getting together and shooting the shit, you know? No BS. We talk some shop, no question. We do talk business, but it's not a lot. So when this whole Wabaka is done and we get to meet up and have some drinks together, I don't see us talking too much business to the point of collabs. I do think it's going to happen in the future. You know what I mean? I think that needs to happen, but it's down the road, you know? We just like to get together and shoot the shit. But we'll talk business. It's not going to be for SummerSlam, though. Who was that again? Undisputed Era. Thank you, though. But in the future, I'm sure it'll happen at some point when it's time. But yeah, we like to talk about other things, man. He's a pretty cool cat. Q Machiavelli, you're already in my Super Chat Hall of Fame. $1.99, how you doing? To contribute to the channel and my coffee addiction. Thank you, Q. Where is Billy Buttfuck McGee? Get up and get amplified. Q Machiavelli, Billy Buttfuck McGee is training for his big triple threat match this weekend. I just told you, Danny Dipshit Dugenheimer. You got my local pizza delivery guy, Luigi Lugnuts. It's a big triple threat match. Ballistic Becky is actually doing the special guest refereeing. So, yeah, Q Machiavelli, Billy Buttfuck McGee is training right now. What is that? Brendan Neal, $5. How you doing for some coffee? Thank you, Brendan. Welcome to the Super Chat Hall of Fame. What happened to Billy Buttfuck McGee? Is his career over or just injured? No, everybody's concerned with Billy Buttfuck McGee, man. He's making his return to the ring this weekend, triple threat match. Thank you, Brendan. He's okay. Yeah, he got a little injured. He got a little banged up. Luigi Lugnuts, I'm not supposed to say this. Luigi Lugnuts actually ran him over with his delivery car. We think it was on purpose. He claims it was an accident. He never got charged. But we don't know if this was part of a storyline or not. But Luigi Lugnuts was delivering pizzas. He saw Billy Buttfuck McGee on 5th Avenue, and he just ran him straight into the sewer. He's back. Don't worry. This weekend. Thank you, Brendan. Hey, Merrick, imagine AJ Lee and Punk leading Retribution. Dude, if there's ever a gimmick for Punk and Lee, Retribution would be it. It's just, is Retribution going to be so stale, stupid, and redundant and cheesy by the time Punk and Lee were to do something with them? That's my fear, right? Then Punk and Lee, it wouldn't matter who it is. Roman Reigns could lead Retribution, and it wouldn't matter. It would not matter. If they're so cheesy, it doesn't matter who is running it. Hulk Hogan could run it. Stone Cold and The Rock could come back and run it. Okay, that's actually, no. If Stone Cold and The Rock came back and run it, it's going to be gold. But my point is, AJ Lee and Punk can't even save something that is that bad. That's why they have to start something different with them starting now. Retribution, if you're going to have a cool leader at the top leading the way, they need to be something prevalent and badass. Did I get all the soups? Awais Rafiq. Aeuwais. I hope I said that correctly. Awais. I'm always fucking up names anyway, but I thank you, man. $2 bomb. How you doing for some coffee? Love you, BC. Been here since Q&A days. I hope to do a Q&A in the future, actually, guys. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but it's going to be something like kind of in a live stream like this. But there's so many... There's so much that goes into it. It might have to just be in super chat form, but I hope to do something like that. I appreciate it, always. I think that was all the supers, guys. And now, okay, so now I'm back to the original chat. Where's my original chat up here? Yeah, Luigi did it for The Rock. PBS, syllable pride. Local pizza delivery, yeah. If you've never seen him, CC Funk 1, man. He's a pretty good wrestler. He's just reckless with his delivery car. SoundCloud, another $5. How you doing for what happened to Sally Sizzle Tits? You want to know what happened with her? you heard with Charlotte Flair and her boobs, right? Always popping and stuff. Sizzle Tits had one actually had to be replaced, had a match, popped another one, another match, popped the other one, then both popped in one match. Sally Sizzle Tits is out of commission because her sizzle tits are out of commission. Once her sizzle tits get back in commission, Sally Sizzle Tits will be back at the local bingo hall performing for all you guys. Thank you, SoundCloud, man. Sally Sizzle Tits is down and out. Hold on. Back into my original chat here, guys. BC, if you had to choose one for your choice of women's division, AJ Lee or Sasha Banks, Lucas Allen asks. It's a pro Sasha Banks channel. You guys know I love AJ Lee. I think she was the true starter of the revolution. I really do. I know people bring in the Bellas or they bring in Paige, and everybody has their hand in the cookie jar. But when you look at the definition of revolution, AJ Lee actually started it. Look up the term revolution and then look at when it actually took place. It's somebody going against the authority. There was only one person at the time doing that, and that was AJ Lee. It wasn't about a hashtag and Paige and all them and give women a chance. No, this was about who was going against the authority. AJ Lee was calling out Stephanie McMahon. That's what I mean. Revolution is somebody who goes against the authority. That's AJ Lee. So by facts, AJ Lee is the one who started the revolution. I don't know how this is still everyone's opinion. But everybody likes to say it was this person or BC. Give credit to everybody because all the women came together and did it. No, they had their hand in the cookie jar. But if you're talking about who led a revolution based on the definition, factually, AJ Lee did. But it's a pro Sasha Banks channel, so Sasha's always going to be my fave, man. BC, Ahmed, BC, would you like to see Adam Cole versus John Cena? Yeah, and I'll tell you why. John Cena has really good matches with talents like AJ Styles or a Daniel Bryan or somebody like Adam Cole. Something about John Cena, the guy becomes really good at wrestling when he wrestles actually good wrestlers. It's a weird concept, but John Cena comes to life with those type of matches. I almost got to end it soon, guys, because I'm almost out of this coffee. Luckily, you guys are keeping me supplied. AJ Lee is sexy. Punk is a lucky man. Mr. Blocky 20. Yeah, well, yeah, she's a beautiful girl still to this. She always kept her body good. We thought she stopped wrestling mostly to have a kid or something. No, to this day, she hasn't had a kid or anything. Good for her. She looks awesome for sure, man. AJ Styles versus Jeff Hardy. Take my money. Trev. Yeah, that's... But WWE would give him 4 minutes. Fiend versus Punk. Yeah, you know, Punk has one more run in him. You know, I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. People think like I have this animosity toward Punk. Listen, there's ways that you can bring him back, and Punk's been less douchey lately. I don't know what it is. It seems like he's been humbled a little. I'm seeing him on what used to be Backstage. They have these pay-per-views that they play, and they have like watch-alongs. It just seems like he's more human. Punk used to just be so douchey, man, and when he talked, he was so smug, and he always thought he was better than everyone else, and his talent never really backed it up. And now Punk just seems like somebody who's been humbled, and he's just more, I don't know, man, you know. I'm not saying I totally like the dude, don't worry, but I don't know. I've always been, even when I just didn't like him too much, I always thought there was a place for him to come back if he wanted to. It would just have to be done correctly. And, you know, you have to walk on eggshells a little because you just lost 2 real fights. And then all of a sudden you're back in WWE beating Braun Strowman, beating Bray Wyatt, you know what I mean? And you lost in 1, 2, 3 minutes over. And I don't know, man. It's the Punk situation is very, it's a tricky one to navigate. Ahmed BC, Vince is delusional. Simply, yeah, absolutely right. Carlos, you humbled Punk. No, I just think it's everything, you know, the backstage thing and just life, you know. As you go on in life, you get more mature, you know. It doesn't matter. You could be 40, 45, 50, 75 years old. You're always getting more mature. So, you know, I think that's just it, man. You know, you get to a point in life where you're just happier and you feel you're better off. Maybe Punk has hit that. What are we up to, guys? Almost an hour and a half. Should we call it, guys? Did you guys have fun at least, man? Hopefully you guys were entertained, man. Hopefully if you had nothing to do this morning, hopefully, yeah, at least, you know, took your mind away from everything in the world for an hour, hour and a half. I appreciate you guys always, dude. And I want you to always know that. Super Chat Hall of Fame, all 25 of you from last week, dude. I appreciate it so much. All of you from this week. I'm not even joking. By the end of the night, I'm going to add in all your names on page number 2. Some of you guys are 2-time Hall of Famers now. So I thank you guys so... Oh, hold on. We got one more here. Mr. Michael Law, Super Chat. $2, how you doing, coffee? What do you think is WWE's Victory Road 2011? You could take your pick, man. You could take it. I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole because there's so much to choose from. You know, maybe I'll have a better answer for you in the future, man. But I don't know. It makes me think too much. It'll be another 15 minutes, and then that'll open up a whole nother conversation. Maybe I'll have a better answer for you in the future, Mr. Michael Law. I appreciate it, man. But too late in the podcast, too late in this live stream to get into that, dude. Who was your greatest WWE? I appreciate it again, Mr. Michael Law. Who was your greatest WWE champion? Oh, it's going too fast now, guys. Much love, everybody. What is today? Tuesday? Go kick today's ass, man. Coffees and ass whoopings. Let's down this the right way, right? Warrior Nation, I see you. Loving the streams. Keep rocking, BC. Only if you guys keep rocking, man. Thank you. Mr. Michael Law, thank you for taking that answer, man. It's a rabbit hole that I can't go down right now. It's like amplified booking, right? It's one of those things where I can't just have 5 minutes. You know, it opens up a whole nother conversation. SOS TDM, check you later. Check you later. Riaz, you're just as awesome, bro. Honestly, thank you. Much love from France. Emeric, thank you. You're already in the Super Chat Hall of Fame from last week. I appreciate that. I had fun. Thank you, BC. CD Stanley, I'm glad you did, man. I appreciate you guys. Think, Be, Live, Amplify. Tariq, man. Marty Banks, one last time. Let's do it for this week, man. Red team, go! Slap those pecs to end it. SOS. All right, I'm probably going to blow the mic, but you got it. You ready? Yeah, baby. That's how you end it, baby. That's how you end it. I'm going to be looking like, Dominik, man. I'm going to be all fucking marked up, going into Starbucks. They're going to be giving me free coffees. I don't want to fuck with the amplified, man. The mic got shook. Yeah, the mic always, man. When I get too amplified, the mic will just blow. Had lots of fun. Check you later. Ryan Armstrong, thank you, man. Trev, check you, man. Edward, this is literally the greatest morning in my life. Thanks, BC. Christina, thank you, man. I'm glad you appreciate it. Goodbye, BC. Mohammed, check you later, man. Santivia Major. Appreciate it again, Santivia Major. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. Thanks for the stream, BC. Thank you for showing up, BC. Like the Macho Man, you know, dude. Ooh, yeah, the Macho Man is, yeah, the cream of the top, the best of the best. Oh, yeah. Warrior, I'm gonna get you right after I do Hogan, and it's gonna be Hogan, Warrior, and Elizabeth. You don't get in my way. Love Macho Man. Then you wonder why I'm so nuts, right? My role models growing up, Warrior and Macho Man. I tell you, we need a ring in the Hall of Fame. See you, BCQ. Okay, so I think I said bye to a lot of you guys. Now I'm generally, as a whole, as a unit, as a group, I'm going to say check you later. Much love to all of you. We'll do this again in the future, man. You guys keep showing up. The Amplified, man, will keep dishing it out. But for now, I got to whoop that ass. There's people in this world that need to be put in place. That's where I'm headed. Much love, guys. Red, and we're out. Check you later. Think, be, live, amplified. Fuck yeah.